Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for joining. It's yoga class 183 with me, Dave Rennie. We're here to do some yoga together. It won't be this manic, by the way, all the way through it. It's just the way that I start every week. I'm always trying to be energetic and enthuse you to do some yoga, because you might be joining for the first time, right? And it might be like, I'm not sure about this yoga thing. I'm not sure if it's for me. So if you've never done it before with me, give it a go. You can always watch it on catch up as well, right? So you might do like 5 or 10 minutes and then think, I'm going to come back to this later on. Or you might do the whole thing, or you might not do any of it. Just curiosity, right? Is the start. That's how I started practicing yoga. I got curious about it over a little bit of time, and then I went into my first class. And even though it was very hard for me physically to do it, because my body kind of moved in different ways and my body wasn't used to kind of bending and flexing and all of that sort of stuff. It was used to kind of things like running and walking and cycling. So it was quite difficult for me at the start. But we all have to start somewhere, right? And remember, with a yoga practice, that's exactly what it is. It's a practice, right? That's what it is. It's a practice. So we're not trying to be good at it. There isn't a good and bad in yoga. It's just yoga, right? And we can do loads and loads of different things. And we will do loads of different things today, probably. Like we can scratch our shoulders like this. Maybe the other one. Don't know why I'm scratching like that. I nearly slipped over this morning. So I've got a bit of I think I jarred my shoulder when I slipped. I didn't slip on my shoulder. I just, when you do that comedy kind of slip, and then I jarred my back and my arm went a bit funny. So yoga is going to be really good for me today. I really need it. So what I would suggest you do is make sure you're comfortable. You've got enough clothes on, in terms of you don't want to get too cold. Okay. When we're too cold, the nervous system kind of fires up, and we don't want that. We want to calm our nervous system down. It's not that cold today, right? Though it's done that weird thing in the Midlands. It has anyway, where it's kind of like warmed up again. So I walked out this morning with loads of clothes on. I'm like, really, really warm. So make sure you're warm enough. Make sure you've got all the props and little bits that you want to have with you. Maybe a blanket, a pillow, a cushion, a drink. Probably don't always have to be water, right? But I think water is a good thing to do when you're practicing yoga. Not that we have to kind of constantly fill ourselves up with fluid, but a little bit of water can really help us through our practice. And I think that's it. We do a little reading at the end from the beautiful Melody Beattie, Journey to the Heart. Look at this book. I've used it so much I had to tape it together with duct tape. So we'll have a bit of that later on as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back there. I'm going to go onto my mat, and I'm just thinking, am I going to take a cushion with me? I am going to take a cushion with me. So this first part of the class, remember, you can sit in a chair if you want. You can remain in a chair all the way through the class. Do bits that you want to. Don't do the bits that you don't want to. Pick and choose. It's a practice. There's no right and wrong way to do this. Let's have a little experience in the journey together. All right. So Jackie and Irene are in, and Margaret's here as well. Thank you. Apparently I read the wrong comments last week. I read the comments from the week before, but this is definitely from today, the 5th of December. It says exclamation mark, exclamation mark. So I got confused last week. So thank you for saying hi. If anyone else wants to say hi, go for it. This is a nice cushion, isn't it? Look at that. Beautiful. That's what I'm going to sit on today. I like that cushion. So come sit in however you want to sit. There's an instruction for you, right? Now, I've also got a nice Mexican blanket here. And I'm going to place that Mexican blanket underneath my beautiful feet because I want comfort, right? I like to practice yoga with all different types of textures. Now that feels pretty good to me. So find your comfortable seat. It's going to be different to mine probably. And then find your hands where they rest quite naturally. Okay. So we look like we're doing yoga, right? This is what yoga looks like. And if it's hard for you to get down on the floor, as I say, sit a little higher, sit in a chair. And then we'll spend just a little bit of time here just to settle into our practice. Now, if that means closing your eyes, go for it. If it means softening your gaze, that's perfectly reasonable as well. There's no right and wrong way to do this. But see if you can think about the crown of your head and then draw a line all the way down through your spine. See if you can relax your shoulder blades as you do that. And then just watch your flow of breath here. Nice deep inhales, full releasing exhales. And it might be that you set an intention for your practice today. Usually my intention is about presence, not as in giving presence, but presence as in, I just want to be here in my body, appreciating what I brought onto the mat. But your intention could be something very different. Maybe it's something that you want to kind of, I'm going to use the word manifest. That's all right, isn't it? Something that you want to achieve or manifest, or something you want to create in your life. Maybe it's sending energy to somebody who really needs it, someone who is in need of a little bit of healing. Intention, right? And let's move a little bit. I'd like to do a little bit of pranayama in a moment, so a little bit of breath work. But for now, let's just move the body just a tiny bit. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And that's probably enough, right? Bring the hands above the head, and then exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. I laugh because I can see myself on my screen. And when I inhale my arms up, you're kind of seeing, look, I'm pretty sure that my arms are coming up at the same time, but they're not. I'm like, I must have really unbalanced shoulders. That's what happens when you're 52. Everything becomes unbalanced, right? Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. But we celebrate our uniqueness, right, everyone? This is not about thinking that we are, diminished in some way. We're all unique, and we've all lived in our bodies in very different ways. So celebrate your uniqueness and the way that you move, because no one moves like you, right? We all move really differently. That's very, very cool. All right, let's do 2 more of these. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, frame your hands to your heart. Feeling a little tired now. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Obviously, you could have done that on a chair. Like you can do this move. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Like we normally do, let's twist. So you twist to the right, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale to find length, exhale into your twist. And, here, if you're in a chair, twist as much as you can in a chair. Roll the right shoulder back, lengthen through the spine, and then just breathe into the shape that you found yourself in. Because that's enough, right? Whatever shape is. Try not to kind of lean back too much like this or kind of lean forward. You want as much length into your spine as you can. Let's take 1 more round of breath together. So nice deep inhale. And then take a full exhale. Come back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach to the sky. Maybe look to the fingers. There they are. Wriggle them out. Exhale. Twist to the left. Right hand, left knee. Left hand behind. I always think this looks like a really noble pose, right? I'm sitting tall and proud, and here I am with my straight spine, and I'm twisting my spine, and I'm rolling my left shoulder back. It feels good. It feels nice to move like this. Tiny little movements. Inhaling, exhaling. Celebrate your body. Take 1 more round of breath. Take a full exhale. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up. This time, press the palms up towards the sky. Exhale around your spine. Nice. Inhale up. Exhale to round. 2 more like that. Inhale up. Exhale to round the spine. Really tuck the navel back towards the spine. Maybe roll the shoulders a little. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, sweep the arms all the way back down. Check out my wonky arms. What's this one doing here? What's this one doing here? All right, and then bring the hands onto the knees. Bring the thumb and the forefinger together. And then just breathe here. Beautiful. A little bit of movement through the neck because it can hold a lot of tension and the shoulders can hold tension. So we'll do a bit of neck work, a little bit of shoulder work. Drop the chin down. Rock the chin from side to side. At any point you think, what is this guy talking about? Just get a little visual on me and hopefully you'll kind of work out where I am. And then if you wanted to, you can circle your head out. Inhale the head up. Exhale the head down. Inhale the head up. And exhale your head down. And then just moving like that. Nice big rotations of the head. Nice and slow though. And then you might just come back the other way. How does that feel? My neck is really noisy today. It's making all sorts of crazy noises. That's tension, Dave. It's tension, everyone. Breathe the tension out of your body. Nice. And then eventually come all the way back to center. Bring the head all the way up. Exhale, let the breath go. Beautiful. And then from here, you might just move a little bit. So you can bring your legs out, you can drop your knees to either side. Again, if you're sat in a chair, stay where you are and find a movement which is similar to this, right? And then we're going to do a little bit of breath work. And we'll do two types. So I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera. So this is a good time for you to adjust yourself, keep adjusting yourself, or maybe grab a little bit of water. I'm just keeping my eye on my incense and make sure that I'm not burning my flat down. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Would not be good. All right, so come sitting on something if that feels good. Nice work, everyone. And what should we do? Let's do this one. It's a really nice breath pattern. So what we're going to do is going to inhale in 4 sniffs. So I'll show you what the inhale looks like. So you inhale through your nose. There's 4. My lungs are full. I kind of feel the breath here. And then you exhale, let the breath go out through your nose. So that's what we'll do. It's nice and simple. 4 sniffs in, 1 sniff out. 4 sniffs in, 1 sniff out. And I'll count us through maybe 3 rounds, and then you can go off on your own little rhythm. But think about your kind of torso as a balloon. You fill in the balloon up, and then you're letting the air out. Okay, so visualization is sometimes nice here. All right, sit nice and tall. Relax your shoulders. A little bit of work we've done there already. Maybe close the eyes. Inhale for 4. Exhale all the way out. Nice long exhale. Don't rush it. Inhale for 4. Exhale, let the breath go. Two more like that. Inhale for 4. Exhale, let the breath go. Final time for 4. Exhale, let it go. And then just let your breath come back to a nice steady rhythm. You can keep the eyes closed, or you can keep the gaze soft. Just notice the effects of this little breath rhythm that we're bringing in here. So the next option you've got is swap your legs out for a start, if you want to do that. The next option you've got is to do 4 again, or do 6. So obviously with 6, you want to bring the same amount of air in, but then a little more rapid. Don't need the bit in there, do we? So it's a little quicker with the breath. Okay, so it takes a little bit more energy, as they say in Leicester, energy. Okay, so I'll do 1 round and then we'll carry on together. So you inhale for 6. Exhale, let it all go. So we've got our rhythm. Maybe closing the eyes. Inhale for 6. Exhale, let it go. Linger on the exhale. Inhaling for 6. Exhale, let it go. Stay nice and relaxed. Inhale for 6. Exhale, let it go. Final time, inhaling for 6. Exhale, let it go. And then same thing again, just let the breath come back to a steady rhythm. And then we'll do this 1 more time but we'll either go 6 like we just did, or we can go 4 like we did previously, or we can go 8. So 8 is more about, and then we let it go. All right. So let's do 1 round at the start just to practice it. And then we'll do another 3 or 4. So 8 or 6 or 4. Give 8 a go if it feels good. Don't bring too much pressure into the body though. And like breath work can be very individual, right? So try not to kind of bring anxiety into your body. We want to release. Okay. All right. So inhale for 8. Exhale, let it go. Really enjoy that release and exhale. Maybe inhale for 8. Lungs are full. Exhale, let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale feels a little easier. Final round. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. And then just relax. Breathe in and out through the nose. Check in with your experience. Notice what you're noticing. Beautiful. Really nice. From here, bring the hands to your heart. And then you're going to bring kind of your thumbs and your first finger together. So if you look up, your hands are clasped, bring your first fingers out, and then bring your thumbs together. So you create this little shape with your hands. And then what you're going to do is you have your thumbs at your heart center and then turn so the fingertips point towards your chin. So these 2 index fingers point towards the chin, and then the thumbs are pointing down towards your navel. Keep the shoulders kind of in line and the elbows in line. You might just move a little bit here. So this will encourage you to have a nice tall spine and loads of room to breathe into here. So we're going to do a little bit of breath of fire. And now I'm thinking, should I have blown my nose? So breath of fire, forceful exhale through the nose, passive inhale through the nose. So it looks like this. You can see my belly pumps in and my belly pumps out, okay? So it's a forceful exhale and a passive inhale, but it's in and out through the nose, okay? So we won't go for long. This would be nice and energizing. Then we're going to come and stand. All right, so nice deep inhale to begin. And then you start your breath of fire. From here, take a deep inhale. And then see if you can just pause the breath. So think about your navel and squeeze your belly in, squeeze your belly up, and maybe close your eyes and focus at the crown of your head. Only retain the breath if it feels okay. You're not squeezing too much. Then exhale and just let the breath go. Release the hands down. Give the fingers a little wriggle. And then bring the hands onto the knees. Here they are. They're on my knees, I promise you. Just a little bit low for the camera. And then just check in. Just notice. And then when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, come with your eyes open. And then we'll come to stand. So do that nice and slowly. I'm just going to grab a little drink before I come to stand. And hopefully feeling a little more energized, right? So breath work, really valuable thing to do. Remove anything that's in your way. I'm going to turn my heater on. And then hopefully I'll be able to turn it off in a moment because we're going to warm ourselves up. Now come to the top of your mats, and then you don't need a mat, by the way, but imagine you have a mat under your feet if you do. If you don't, I should say. And then just pad the feet out just a little bit. And then notice what it feels like to stand. We've been sat for a good amount of time, right? Even if you're sat in a chair, not even if you're sat in a chair, if you were sat in a chair, slightly different sensation. If you're on the floor, then, you know, you'll probably feel this in your knees and your legs. So just kind of walk it out. What are the like four corners of your feet feel like here? Just a little walk. And then maybe walk down to the bottom of your mat. And then walk back to the top of your mat. I'm completely making this up. I've never instructed this movement ever in my life before. Let's do it one more time. See what it feels like. All four corners of the feet just pressing down. And then appreciate what it feels like to come all the way back to the top of your mat. All right. Feet about hip width apart. They can be a little bit narrower. It's your choice. Tadasana, mountain pose. Head balance is perfectly on top of the neck. Palms are face forward. Breathe. Just feel into your body. So this is that posture that is underrated massively, right? Loads of our yoga starts from here. Our physical yoga anyway. Okay, from here, let's inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And you might look towards the hands. As you exhale, hinge and fold and come all the way down. Now, do this, bend the knees. See how much I bend my knees? Bring the hands down onto the floor, or you can have the hands on the shins or the thighs, backs of the legs, whatever feels good. And maybe move around a little bit. I'm not attempting here to kind of bring myself very low to the floor. I don't need to. I'm just hinging and folding and just seeing what this feels like. Check in with the backs of your legs, check in with your spine, your hips, your head, your shoulders. Kind of feel into everything here. And then from here, root down into your feet, take an inhale, sweep the arms high and wide, come all the way up to stand. As you exhale, frame your hands to your heart. And we're just going to do that for a little bit of time. So matching movement with breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Maybe look up to the hands like we did before. Exhale, hinge and fold, come all the way in. Nice. Root down through your feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. So we're just getting used to moving with the breath, right? Because it can be a little tricky at times. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Nice. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, do that 2 more times. Inhaling up to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold. Come all the way down. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Beautiful. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Feeling that heat within the body maybe now. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. And then just pause. Notice what it feels like. Stay where you are. I'm going to face you, but you certainly don't need to move. From here, inhale up. Clasp the hands. Push the palms up towards the ceiling. Nice. Little bit of movement side to side. Doesn't have to be anything in particular. Doesn't have to be very forceful. You're just kind of moving with your breath. Inhaling up. Exhale to the side. Doesn't matter how deep this is. It's more about the movement. So when I come up, I want to lengthen, and when I come down, I don't want to just collapse. I want to kind of keep that length, but then find that side bend. All right, inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, bring the hands down. From here, right hand comes onto the heart. Make sure you've got enough room, so you need wingspan, right? So you need to expand the arms out. So maybe just check either side, okay? So right hand on the heart, inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. And you can hear my breath, right? So I'm breathing quite deeply here. I'm kind of working on the breath that we have already done. You know, we did that rhythm of breath where we breathe for 4 and 6 and 8, and then we did breath of fire. And now I want my breath to kind of keep the energy moving in my body. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to kind of bring myself out of a certain state, a certain physicality, and I want to kind of use what I've got here, as in my physical body and my breath, to really energize myself. I will probably have a nap after this class as well. In fact, before I started, I promised myself I'm going to have a little nap after this class. I might put my electric blanket on. All right, inhale left, exhale right. And then from here, maybe just slow it down a little bit and let the arms drop. And then you kind of, for me, the backs of my hands, I like just to massage out my glutes and then kind of just slap onto the top of my bottom. I can feel releasing. And then eventually slow right down and bring the palms so they're face forward. Take an inhale. Take a full exhale. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Beautiful. From here, come back to the top of your mat. If you're not there already, you might have done this from the top of your mat. I just need to move. Nice. Separate the feet again or have them together. I always have mine a little bit further apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold and come all the way down. From here, we're going to step the right foot back. So nice big step back with the right foot. Press into the right toes. Soften the right knee down onto the floor. Now, pad it out if you need to do that. And then if you want to, you can give this left leg a little stretch out. So maybe you kind of come into a little half split. My half split and my split look exactly the same. I should have worked on my splits when I was a young man. If you haven't worked on your splits when you get into your mid-40s, then that's a tough thing to do. But remember, you're not more enlightened if you can do the splits. It might be a very beautiful thing to do, but it doesn't mean that you're probably happier. All right, come forward, take an inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, and breathe it out here. Sink the hips down. Lift the arms, try and relax the shoulder blades as much as you can. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale. Then as you exhale, bring the arms into cactus. So you bend into the elbows and maybe you lean back just a little bit. So there's a lot of room here in the front of the body. And then you're feeling that back bend going on. Nice movement through the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, clasp the hands behind your back. Push the palms down towards the floor. Inhale. And then as you exhale, a little fold in between the legs. So you kind of like you come inside of the left knee. Don't feel like you need to force this. Let the torso just drape to a point where you feel enough activation. Take one more deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands down. And then from here, you're going to tuck the toes on the right foot so the leg is nice and long. And then step back into your first plank. Separate the feet, inhale into plank. So you're kind of here. As you exhale, drop your knees, lower super slow to the floor. Keep the elbows tucked in and come to lie down on your belly. When you're ready, inhale, come into your cobra. You can keep a bend in the elbows and then exhale into your first downward facing dog. Breathe here, bend the knees, lift the hips. Maybe move around a little. From here, we're going to come to the top of our mat. So I like to look between my hands. I kind of make my knees a little springy. They ain't that springy. And then step to the top of your mat. When you arrive, adjust your t-shirt. Inhale, come all the way to this halfway lift. And then exhale, hinge and fold. Do that 2 more times. You probably didn't need to adjust your t-shirt. It was just me. Inhale, come up halfway lift. Exhale, hinge and release. And then one more time. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge and fold, root down through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, frame your hands to your heart. Beautiful. All right, other side. Inhale up. Exhale, arms into cactus. Maybe lean back a little bit here. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, hinge and fold. Come all the way in. This time, left leg back. So nice and high on the left toes. Lengthen the left leg. Then drop the left knee down. And then same thing again. You might just kind of walk that right leg straight. So you walk the hands forward. Make sure the right knee and the right ankle in line. And you can come back a little bit. See how this feels. Nice. And then eventually inhale. Sweep the arms all the way up and find yourself in your low lunge. And you don't have to be still. You can move around a little bit. Maybe walk the right knee a little wider. Right foot a little wider. So the right knee goes wider. You give yourself loads of room. You can bend the elbows. You can make sure the arms are nice and relaxed. You don't have to be kind of like this. Maybe a little bit more like this. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands behind you. Clasp the hands. Take an inhale. Push the palms down. Lengthen through the chest. Lift the heart. And then exhale forward inside the right knee. Breathe. Deep inhales. Full exhales. Root down through the four corners of the front foot as you press into the top of the back foot. Take one more deep inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Step back into downward facing dog. So right foot meets the left. It can be one or two movements. Don't worry about it being one fluid movement. And breathe it out here. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Bring the knees down, so you're back onto all fours. I'll say we're back on all fours. I don't think we've been here yet, right? And then move through some cat and cow. Inhale, drop the belly down. Lift your head, lift your heart. Exhale, round your spine. And just moving the spine backwards and forwards like this can be really freeing and, I guess, beneficial, right? Beneficial for overall spine health. Just a really nice way to kind of move the spine backwards. So this is the inhale. This is the exhale. Couple more. When you're ready, inhale, come back to center. Split the knees really wide. And then just sit back into a child's pose. And remember, in child's pose, maybe grab a pillow or a blanket or a cushion, and you can place it in between the sit bones and the heels, like here. You can place it underneath the feet. You can place a blanket underneath your head. Let me just check in with the time. We'll remain here for maybe another minute or so. So plenty of time. Breathe super deep without kind of like forcing the breath. Let the breath be long and smooth, deep and even. So that kind of easeful, nourishing breath. Beautiful. From here, bring yourself back to all fours and then stretch your left leg. Sorry, stretch your right leg back. Not left leg, right leg. From here, just turn your right toes out so they're just pointing towards the long right edge of your mat. See if you can do that. If that's too much of a movement, it like aggravates your ankle, stay like this. Otherwise, you turn your foot. Left hand pretty much in the middle of your mat, and then inhale your right arm up. From here, stay, or you can rotate this arm in any direction you want to kind of draw some big circles with it. Feels good, right? Hopefully, anyway. If you're working with any injuries in your shoulder, you need to be very, very cautious. Never push beyond any pain. Oh, that was a good sound in my shoulder. Maybe come back the other way. All sorts of sounds going on. No pain though, just sounds. That's all right. I don't mind that. Beautiful. And then come all the way back. Inhale, lengthen the right arm up. And then exhale, thread the right arm through the left. Inhale to lengthen, come all the way up. Exhale to thread through. 3 more times. Inhale to lengthen. exhale to thread. Inhale and exhale. Really lovely. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, right hand meets the left. Back on all fours. Breathe it out. Take 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling up. Exhale, come through. I'm just going to swap sides a couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. This time, step the left leg back. And then you can stay high on the toes, like this, or you turn the toes to the long edge of your mat. And then right hand underneath your nose. Inhale. Sweep the arm up. So it's right arm down, left arm up. Same thing again. Stay here if you want. This is perfect, right? Because this is an adapted side plank. Got a lot of strength through the torso, activation through that left leg. If you wanted to and you haven't already started, circle the left arm out this time. Shoulder, big movement if that feels good. Slow if it feels a little, alien to you. Oh, I don't do this move a lot. That's okay. Just kind of find the range of motion that feels good for you. I don't want to do it that way again. Come back to center and then just swap it out. One way will probably feel better than the other. Try and keep the arm as straight as you can. Send the breath where it's needed. Inhale the arm all the way back up. Exhale, thread that left arm through the right. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, thread through. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale to thread. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale, come through. Nice. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Final time. Exhale, hands down. Back onto all fours and back into child's pose. Breathe it out. Nice and still in your child's pose. Just find those nourishing breaths. Check in with your practice. Notice what you're noticing. Be kind to yourself. Maybe come back to your intention. If you set one, have you followed it through? Have you forgotten it? Doesn't matter. Beautiful. Walk the hands back towards your knees. Come all the way back up, and then we'll come and sit on our bottoms again. Okay. If you want to go back into a chair, you can do that. We're going to do a little twist on the floor here, but if you're on a chair, you can, just twist any way that feels good for you. Lengthen out through the left leg, and then bend into the right knee. And then we're just going to do a little movement into the hip. So you can stay here. So, left hand can hold on to the right foot. And you're just kind of coaxing this right hip open. A little bit of swing from side to side. So you probably feel this in your right hip joint. Now, if you want to go a little further, you can always bring that right foot kind of into the nape of the left elbow, and then you hug in a little bit more. So you kind of wrap around. For me, that's a big movement, right? That does feel quite strong. So I'm being cautious there. Obviously, be cautious with your knee and maybe just rock a little side to side. And then what you can do here is you can release the leg with your left hand, the 2 peace fingers, wrap them around your right toe, okay? And then you lengthen your right leg out. So it's the right leg that's long, the left leg that's down. And you can cross this right leg over the left and then maybe float the right arm behind. And just breathe it out here. You can rock backwards and forwards. You get this lovely lengthening through the right side of the body. Beautiful. Take 1 more round of breath. Feel free to rock around. And then exhale. This time, bring the right foot in outside of the left knee. Okay, so the right foot is down outside of the left knee. We're going to twist to the right hand side. So I do this nice and simple. I lengthen through my left arm. I reach forward and then I hug with my left arm around my right knee. And I really pull this right knee into the center line. I feel it here, left hand side of my spine. The right hand can support you behind. So a little bit like the twist we did at the start of the class. Inhale to find length. And then exhale into your twist. Just 1 more round of breath here. Nice deep inhale. And a full exhale. Come all the way back to center. Give the legs a little shake out. Nice. And then bend the left leg in. And then same thing again. You might just kind of coax that right hip open just a little bit. This can feel good. Just the left foot You're holding onto it with the right hand. You're just kind of rocking the hip from side to side. If you can go a little further, lengthen through the right arm, place the left foot inside that right elbow, and maybe just sway around a little bit here. So I feel this quite strongly in my hip, my glute. It's a big movement. I don't want to kind of bring any more strain into my body. I'm breathing deeply. It's probably enough. And then from here, lengthen out through the left leg. Your two peace fingers on your right hand, hook them around your left toe, lengthen the left leg, and then cross it over the right. So it's the right leg down, the left leg's lifted, left arm behind. Nice. Feel that length down the left-hand side. I can turn my heater off now, look. I'm not sure if I turned it off or turned it up. Maybe rock around a little bit here. It's nice, right? You feel this in the back of this left leg. Nice. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring the left foot down. And then you really seal the four corners of that left foot. So you sit tall. Lengthen through the right arm. So lean forward. Wrap it around your right knee. Sorry, your left knee. So right arm around the left knee. Left hand behind. And then you find a little bit more purchase in your twist here. Beautiful. Take one more round of breath. Nice deep inhale. Take a full exhale. Come back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together. And then just give the legs just a little shake out. You can hold onto the feet and then just shake the knees out. Beautiful work. And then when you're ready, we'll do a couple of minutes of Shavasana today. So come to lie down on your mat. Hug your knees in as you come down. Let me just check the time. We're doing all right. Hug the knees in. And then see if you can settle into your Shavasana quite quickly. Remember, you can always have the soles of the feet on the floor, or you can lengthen the legs down your mat, bring the palms face up, and see if you can settle into a shape that's going to serve you. Just maybe 90 seconds, something like that. Not long here. You guys, you stay in Shavasana. I'm just going to move, but you don't need to be disturbed by my movement. And see if you can let your body totally relax here. Let it all go. And I'll do a little reading while you're in Shavasana. It says, make yourself at home. Once you accept yourself unconditionally, you'll be surprised at how comfortable you begin to feel, no matter where you are. We've been tricked. We have tricked ourselves into thinking our security came from outside ourselves. That we needed certain other people or places. We needed certain objects or items around us. Or we had to live in our lives in a particular way to feel secure. But relying on things and people outside ourselves provides a false sense of security. A false security will be shown for what it is. There's a real security, a true safety. It's available to us all, no matter who we are, where we are, or what we're doing. That security comes from accepting ourselves. That security comes from trusting ourselves, trusting our hearts, our wisdom, our connection to the divine and to the universe around us. Once we accept ourselves unconditionally, no matter where we are, it will feel like home. Nice. And then from here, just slowly, in your own way, in your own time, just begin to bring some movements back into your body. Maybe start with your fingers and your toes, maybe your ankles, your wrists, and make the movements maybe a little bit bigger. And then you can bend the knees in, you can stretch your arms above your head, maybe sigh it out. Really nice work today, everyone. And then come back to a seated position. Beautiful. And we'll finish this practice together just by bringing our hands to our heart. Noticing the effects of your practice. Remember, you can always come back to that intention. Be really kind to yourself. Wholehearted bow. Wish yourself well. Wish everybody else well. Namaste. thanks you guys. Thank you for coming along today. It's nearly dark already. We're getting towards the shortest day, aren't we, in a couple of weeks? So next week, I will not be here. But here's the good news. We have another teacher coming who's called Natalia. She's another local teacher that teaches at Space to Breathe in Leicester. She's awesome. She's Brazilian. And she's a really, really lovely, kind-hearted teacher. Usually Carolina covers me, but Carolina's had a baby, and I met her baby for the first time. I actually held her baby on Sunday, and I don't hold many babies. It was kind of thrust upon me, but he's a cute little boy. Anyway, so Carolina's out of action at the moment because she's very busy being a mum. Natalia will be here. I'm up in Scotland. Don't tell my wife, by the way, because it's it's a secret because it's her 50th birthday. So we're going away for a few days. I will be back the following week, which is the 19th. So Natalia on the 12th, I'll be back on the 19th. And then I think we take a little break for a couple of weeks, and then we're back in the new year. So I'm looking forward to next week, looking forward to the class the week after. Support Natalia. It's always nice to practice with different teachers. And I'll see all you guys really soon. Thank you for coming today. Stay on your wellness plan. Even though it gets a bit hectic this time of year, yoga really serves you well. So take from it what you will. All right, everyone. Love you loads. I'll see you all soon. Bye.